Yeah, welcome to yet another episode of my tech journey with Aji. I'm still that your tech rookie boy, Ayokunle Aji. Thank you for always subscribing. Thank you for cheering me on. Thank you for supporting this channel. A big shout out to Sophia Studios for giving us the space to use. I always appreciate them. On today's episode, I don't want to waste time. I'm here with my Oga, my tutor. The lead tech engineer, software developer at Waiting Day Academy. Ladies and gentlemen, Gospel Otali.
Thank you so much, sir, for having me on this program.
We finally got you here. So quickly, in 1 minute, can you tell me about your journey into the tech world before we discuss about other things?
Okay, my name is Gospel Otali, and I'm a software engineer, and I've been doing tech now for over 16 years.
Wow.
And while I was young, from the school days, I finished secondary school, went for trainings on, tech publishing. And from there, I've always had curiosity to really go into tech to do something much better about tech. And one of the days I was online, I just saw how things were working. We used to buy tickets, go to cafes
all night,
all night browsing and you watch what people do there, and you're like, what's going on? How is this thing done? And there was a particular site I used to go to then, Sean Paul. We go there, buy a set, and Akale. We buy 1 hour, sit down, and all you could do was listen to music like Sean Paul, I'm still in love with you. And you know that song. So, and I will waste the whole 1 hour sitting down to just listen to that music. And I saw people using Yahoo Messenger, using, all these websites. What are they doing? How is this thing done? And I was so curious. I wanted to know. I was thirsting for knowledge. I needed to know how to create these things. And I said, okay, if this is the case, I will learn. I got into so many jobs, desktop publishing with the High Court, with corporate companies. And from that point, I was in 311 National Open University of Nigeria when I wanted to do my IT. And from the IT point, I told my friends, I said, guys, come, let's do something different with our lives. Can we please go and do tech? Can we go into web development? Can we go into something different that we could use to add value, spice and value to our future? And we're 5 in number that went for an IT training then. And, we went there, we paid a heavy sum of money in 2012 just to be on IT. And we registered. I didn't mind the money. I just wanted to know, and that was the point where I started my tech journey from, whereby I start to develop websites. My instructor then was a youth corper who was not too very good, but that was, at least I needed a push for someone to set me off in the journey. And after then, I began to grow. I grew a little. I did some things, but I didn't feel the vibe that, no, I was not really doing something better. So I just associated myself with a company, a tech company, Global Focus 10, who, nurtured me. And I was working with one engineer. The software engineer was Lei Akinwuli. He used to hold my hand, and I was a junior programmer in the company. He would tell me, Gospel, do this. Gospel, do that. If I tell him I don't know, he would say, this is how to do it. This is how to do it. I began to grow. I began to grow. And from that point, I saw the need to do more, to learn more. I began to look for interns with companies who can just adopt me as a young person to just grow my skills. And I was still in school. And from there, I landed a job of 100K with a company in Akure here as their software developer. I was working with them for about 4 years. From there, I was able to build my own startup Waiting Day. I registered a company. While I was working with them, I was also, doing my own startup, a side hustle. And I invented an app called Within the App. I don't know how many of you knew that app.
Yeah,
then,
I knew that app.
you know, and I was so hungry to just do something different from the whole world and, you know, people to learn from. And Within the App, Nigeria happened to that app actually. Because we took it around the whole world. We were on Channels TV, we were on so many media prints. We went to, we won an award in South Africa as the best messaging app in Africa. But one of the challenges we had was Nigeria happened to the app. Because why? There was no open hands to welcome us.
People were not
embracing the startup like Within the name sounds so local. Why would you have this startup Within the? Why would you name an app this name Within the? We were even at CC Hub in Lagos and Yaba, where we pitched our startup on one of our startup Tuesday, and we were talking to them about our app, and somebody told us, "Hey, guy, go and throw this app away, get a tech job, and just take care of your stomach infrastructure, and stop wasting your time on all these things." I said no. I told my team then, I said, guys, we are going to break through. And we began to take this app everywhere. And we got to MTN. MTN told us to go and bring 1 million downloads until we begin to earn on data metrics. I said, wow, this is so much. We don't have money. People wanted to come into the app, invest, but they wanted almost half of the company. I said, wow, this is so serious. And after some years, God told me, specifically in 2018, I should really go into training people. Let me empty myself into people. I should teach them what I know. And that was what bettered this whole training thing till today. And the Within the App is still a side hustle. We are still trusting God to bring it up someday. And the first step to the training point was when we had a gig with the owner of Ife. He called us to train about 60 young people in Ile-Ife. And my company powered that training. We did that training. We were doing training for about 6 weeks. Every day, Mondays to Friday, I take about 3 sections a day. What I teach people in the morning is what I teach people in the afternoon. It's still what I teach people in the evening.
Wow.
And I was short-lived because the space they gave us then, powered by NISDA, was can just take only 20 people. And we have 60 people to train, And that means I have to split them into sessions, 3 sessions. So, and we had this training fully in 6 weeks. In Ife, I used to go to Ife, come back every weekend to see my family, go back, come back to see my family. And that was how we started. And from the point of breaking through into the business world, I came back from that training. I didn't know what to do. I was hoping that someday we would just probably get another job with a company and just start up with maybe a software engineer with them. I said no. I prayed. And the Lord told me, start up that same training you did there. And we just walking in the street of Akure. We got a space. We put up the flyer. Come and learn web development for so number of weeks. 35,000 naira. Just come. And we had about 20 people registered for that training. And that was the point I knew that, yes, people really wanted this knowledge. And at that moment, we began to train people. And from that time till now, we have trained over 1,000 people in Ondo State. That's a big one for me because all our students are doing so well. They are doing very well. We train them on fully, basically web software development. And I focused on that alone, basically because I wouldn't want to, add something else into it. When people ask you, what's the major? I tell them, well, I'm a PHP engineer. This is what I do. I've worked on so many applications, built so many startups, built so many businesses with my skill. And of course, my students too are also doing very well.
That's interesting. I'm also doing, I'm a student and you can see I'm doing
and
very
he's also
well.
doing very well. Yes, he's
I'm
doing
a rookie
very
and
well.
I'm doing very well. That's why you're watching my video now. Now, you're a very busy person. I know we dragged you in to record this. You still have another meeting you're trying to catch up with. But now let's talk about the pathways, the different ways people can make money. I know you make money by creating softwares for people, training. What other things do you think people can do, especially for people that are contemplating on what area of tech they should go to. Some people are not patient enough to say, okay, I want to begin to sit down and
learn coding and all
the
that.
The thing can be confusing.
Well,
dollar sign.
Or let that, all those are just the basics anyway. Though, as a techie, I make money in several ways. Okay. Not just in coding alone. I'm a graphic designer. I'm a booking illustrator. I create designs. I create virtual. I create I translate books using the power of AI to do a lot of things for my work. And coding is just a little way I earn money. But when it comes to other parts of IT,
tech, yeah.
I make money, a lot of money. And I have a lot of clients I consult for both locally and internationally. And one of the ways you can make money in tech is not just about coding alone. We have a lot of no-coding career you can pick up. You can be a graphic designer. You can be a UI UX designer. You can be a product manager. You can be, you can be a content creator. That's what is trending now. People create content. People love their content. People create skits and all that. And you can also decide to be a copywriter.
Okay.
You can be a copywriter. You can work with Amazon and earn from Amazon, whereby you create short stories, all these flipback books you put on their store. People buy them and they pay you royalty on what you're doing. And you can even write books for a lot of clients, corporate clients. Aside that, you could also go into data analysis, go into data science, the tech world is big enough. It's not just coding alone. I just chose the part of coding and training as a major.
Coding and training as
a major. But
so if you are hearing now, if you don't have the patience to go into coding, there are other things you can learn. You can do data analysis. You can do data science.
Yeah.
You can do quality assurance. We brought somebody. Our last video, we brought Sam. Sam is a product designer.
Okay.
We brought also a software engineer. Emmanuel is a software engineer. We brought all these guys in. So don't complain that there is nothing you can do. There is enough space for you in the tech world. Now, before I release you, I know you are itching to go. Any final words to people watching, especially your students?
Well, I would tell every young person watching this video right now, get a skill. Don't allow the university system, if you're still in school, to rob you of the potentials you have in you. The school system gives you the chance to learn 4 years course, 5 years course, yet you go from, for a lecture in the morning till evening for the next 4 years and nothing added to you. Don't make that mistake. While you are in school, ensure you learn something. Before you get to school, ensure you learn something. He said, God will bless the work of your hands. What will God bless if you don't have nothing? And people come out of universities and they are not well baked. All they know is book. What other skills can you put yourself into? I have a lot of young people who are not even in university who are earning in 6-7 figures. And companies are adopting them because why? What they know. Certificates, not certificates.
Certificates.
What do you sabi? Kilo sabi. How can you put your skill into helping others? What can you exchange as a value for money? That is one thing I want you to understand. So it doesn't matter how old you are. It doesn't matter how young you are. But just one thing is just get skilled. Get data skilled.
Get data skilled. Thank you very much, Gospel Otali, for joining us on this program today.
It's a pleasure, sir.
So thank you for watching this episode. I'll look forward to seeing you on the next one, where I'll bring you someone else that is itching to join us on this program. Till I come your way again next week, God bless you. Have a wonderful, wonderful week.
Bye. Thank you.